A question that every instructor or every person really needs to ask themselves is, what is your price? For what price will you sell out your standards? For what price will you sell out what you believe in? What is it worth to you? What is your price? If you're a jiu-jitsu instructor, what price would someone need to pay you to give them a black belt? Is it $10,000? Is it $100,000? Is it $1 million? Is it $100 million? Is it $1 billion? The point is, if you have any kind of price, you're for sale. You're a sellout. You just may not have had the opportunity to sell out. And I think this country, in general, in every industry, in every domain you can think of, is becoming bankrupt of virtuous people that will not sell out. And the reality is, you may think that, selling out when it comes to giving someone a black belt who doesn't deserve it in jiu-jitsu is not on the same level as a politician selling out their country. But in reality, it is. Because every time that you do it, it feeds into a culture that says that this is okay. That it's okay to sell out for your personal benefit, what the standards are, what you believe in, what you've taught your students to believe in, what you've told your students are, the important aspects of jiu-jitsu, right? When you describe the journey that it takes to get to black belt, right? The discipline, the struggle, the sacrifice, the thousands of hours on the mat, the thousands of times getting submitted and crushed. What you're telling people is that you don't actually believe that. You believe that up until you've been paid a sufficient amount to where you'll sell out. And I think people should really think about what their price is. And if you are somebody that has criticized somebody that has sold out, right, for $500,000, for $1 million, for whatever, consider what you would sell out for. Really think about it. If that number exists at all, then you don't really have a right to criticize those who have already sold out, because you would do the same if you had a sufficient enough opportunity. And I think not just within the jiu-jitsu community, but within our society at large, we need to stop accepting sellouts. We need to stop telling ourselves that it's okay to sell out for, something small, because it feeds into the larger environment in which, you get people all the way up until the highest levels of federal office that will sell out the country for their own benefit. This is not a political video. This happens on both sides. But if you don't like seeing that happen, but you in your personal life or in some theoretical situation would sell out your values and your principles for any dollar amount, then you're no different than that politician. You're no different than anyone that sells out. So I think we've got to change the culture and stop accepting sellouts. We got to keep calling them out. And I appreciate everybody in the jiu-jitsu community that's continued to do it. But this is not something that we should accept, because the reality is that accepting this in one cultural domain like jiu-jitsu, like any martial arts community, leads to it being accepted in every other domain. And having an aversion to sellouts and selling out is something that in the past has made America great. And I don't think it will continue to be great if that is not something that we continue to kindle and value in our culture. So think about that. What would you sell out for? In reality, if the price isn't anything besides your life, then you're for sale. Don't be for sale.